I have the honor and privilege of talking to my friend, Nicole Connor, tonight. And I'm so excited and get
I
to
have,
find out all the good stuff from her because she has mastered on Facebook the watch party, among a lot of other things. And I'll say I have been watching Nicole Connor since I think before I knew Kebie. So I have been watching this woman because just like when I found Kebie and said, I got to follow this woman, she's got something great going on, I felt the same way about Nicole. So Nicole, if you can start out and tell us a little bit about how you've mastered watch parties and maybe introduce us a little bit to these concepts called the Rock Squad and Stories Sell and how you're seeing in your tracking and measuring that your numbers are growing.
Oh, yeah. Okay. First of all, thank you so much. I'm that I get to be on the business part of this call is really wicked awesome. Okay. So I am a product of training and consistency. End of story. So I met Kebie, January a year ago. I started out taking the art of social media. And then things got really interesting. Took the breakthrough. I took new distributor training. Thank God for that. Creating culture. I'm not saying you have to take all these classes to have success, but here's the thing. Then I started taking the Nest, and I'm a nerd. Okay, so I keep track of everything, and I know that Crazy Cat's like, ooh, numbers, right? So I'm just going to give you an idea of what consistency can do, and this is how I'm going to lead into, and I'll get to that place, Noelle. So in September, October, and November, I took Social Media Nest. Why did I take it several times? Number one, I was a student the first time. The second time, I took it again because I just wanted to master the skill. The third time, I was fortunate to be kind of a co-coach and sort of help some people in things that I was good at, which is very cool. And I love that Kebie collaborates with people who have skills that she doesn't have. And she's like, hey, bring it in, right? So the very cool thing is, so in September, just to kind of give you an idea, in consistently posting. Now, I was not aware that Facebook had this stories thing. I had no clue, okay, about stories. But Facebook at the time, last year, was automatically posting whatever you posted on Facebook directly to stories. I didn't even know it existed, okay? So I went back through my, the means to be able to track and measure all of this. And I found that when I posted every single day, I had an average of 29 views. That was the first time I started doing the Social Media Nest because I was posting every single day. In October, I was posting slightly more than once a day, and I got same amount of average views in October. In November, right around 33 views on average, and I was kicking it up a notch and posting more than once a day. Then you get into January, and I'm watching some folks, some friends on this page, yourself included, Noelle and Kat and Kebie, and they're starting to test and measure the stories thing. So I'm kind of paying attention. And in January, my posts on average, just kind of following along with what they were doing. And I wasn't serious. I was just like, what are they doing? I'm just going to copy that. My views went up twice as much. Okay. Then in February, when I decided to get committed to stories, and this is because I want to know what works, right? And here's the thing that Facebook has been doing to me for like the last years. I was able to increase my friends by like 1,500 friends, like boom, easy peasy, right? Because that was new and all that. Well, then all of a sudden Facebook started hiding everybody that I had 50 or more people in common with. Like I could not find them. They didn't come up in anything. So come February, then I just all of a sudden, then I'm getting an average. My average keeps getting higher and higher on who's looking at my stuff, right? So that means every time I post on Facebook, even though they're not saying likes or whatever, they're watching, right? But then I can see them watching me on stories. So I start doing this themed posting, right? And I'm super nerded out by this numbers right now, you guys. I mean, like, it's insane. So February, I start consistently posting. I had on average 3 times as many posts a day on stories and in my Facebook posts. Still getting the average number of views, but all of a sudden, the world opens up to the friends that I didn't get to see before. So my friends now have increased 500 in 1 month. Now, here's the other cool thing that just started a week ago is people started friend requesting me, which has not happened. And I'm telling you, except for those nerdy guys, you know what I'm talking about? The ones that shouldn't be friend requesting you. Not those guys, but like actual people started friend requesting me. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the coolest thing ever. So stories sell, totally increased my viewing, right? Totally. I mean, like, so in March, just to give you an idea, from last July, my viewing was 215 views. It is now it's almost 2,800 views per month. From 200 views to almost 2,800 per month. And that has gone from 900 in December to 27 plus in April. And we still have one more day of April. Okay, so this theme, whatever stories it is, whatever it's doing something. So here's where I discovered, and Kebie and I started doing some lives, right? Some really important lives. They weren't like super product based. And so I started doing a watch party because she would be, hosting it, and I couldn't figure out how to get a watch party in while she was doing it. So I thought, okay, well, I'm going to do my watch party after the video's done. So I've done 3 really important ones, right? So I did a couple of the CBD ones, which everybody here should be like, ooh, this is good information, right? So I did the first one on 4/24, and this is when I started paying attention to who was actually live watching. So here's the thing. If you're going to do a watch party, stay on while you're doing the watch party. Don't just like post your watch party and go away. Watch who's watching. Write down their names as they come up and watch. Okay, this is key. So you're writing down their names. You click wave every time they come in. You say hello to them, but you start writing down every single name of every single person who's physically watching, because if they don't like it, all that information goes away. Okay, so feverishly writing down names of who watches, right? So I did one on the CBD live. On the 24th, I had 45 people kick into that live watching that live. I wrote down every single name, and then I tagged them in the comments and said, thank you for watching. I appreciate your support. Now, of those, some of them were, Zija folks, which is awesome, and I'm super grateful for that support, but they would have never seen me had I not been increasing my views and my presence online. These are Zija people I've never even met, have no idea who they are or anything like that. Of those 45, I had 7 brand new leads. People that have been watching me for a couple of years, have never said anything, and I followed Kebie's system. Okay. Then we did another live video, and I had, just because for the time of day, whatever it was, I had 17 people watching that. I now have 1 business builder out of that second live. Okay. Now, here's where it gets interesting. So yesterday, of all the stuff that's going on, so yesterday I decided to do my own, well, not me, but I interviewed someone live for their testimony. And in one day, because I had 9 people share it, I've had 700 views. Okay. I now have 20 samples going out. So if that tells you anything, for whatever it's worth, to invest in yourself, to bring up your presence online, so you can track this crazy numbers. And I'm telling you, it's not just how many times a day you post, because I've done all that, right? I've done that through, being consistent with the nest. And I'm telling you, the numbers, they don't lie. So to go from really good viewing and taking the nest and being consistent and consistent, to then being a part of this team of people, no matter what business they're in, all of us consistently posting and helping each other out. I went from 900 in December to 2,700 in April. Are you kidding me? Come on. So for the numbers don't lie. And if it takes me that kind of effort, that kind of investment to get 20 solid leads that are going to get a sample, now are going through, and all of you will be getting some 3-way messages. They're all being added to the rock, and we have a new system for that, but I'll let Kebie tell you that. But I can't tell you how awesome this is, Noelle. I'm sorry, I'm so excited. Didn't even give you a chance to ask any questions. I just realized I've been talking nonstop. I'm so excited. Truly, I'm super fired up right now.
Oh, I wouldn't have interrupted a second of that to ask a question. You were on fire. You were on a roll.
Yeah.
And that was awesome. And I just loved watching everybody's faces and Kebie shaking her head. Yes, yes,
Yep.
yes.
Yep. And the average number of views, depending on how time I post, but the number of people that are watching, it is really, I mean, it's insane. So
Yeah.
I mean, these are actual numbers. So I'm going to type it up and, so that it's pretty. I'm going to send it to Kebie. And if anybody really wants to see, and you can go back through my archives, you can check it out. Like you can go back through there and verify this.
Oh, I know Nicole is all about back it up with the research.
That's right, baby.
Well,
so, you have questions? Anyone have questions? I mean, if there's some, I'm not looking at the, but if there's some questions in there, now, mind you, I've not been focused totally on building Zija. I've always built my online presence because I have a coaching business. Yeah. I have, we have a restaurant. So all this is, related to what I'm trying to do.
Yes.
Focusing on getting leads for my Zija business has not started truly until I started doing stories. So if that gives you guys kind of an aha, because all of them are product related, but I sprinkle that in and I'm really paying attention, like what things got the most views that day. Then I wrote those down, like, okay, they really like it when I post spiritual stuff. They really like it when I post some CBD stuff. Mm-hmm. Like it when I put, right? So I'm paying attention to what my audience wants from me. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Can't see that if you're not paying attention. Mm-hmm. You know how to try, you need stories. That's all I gotta say.
Right. And I've been watching the chat a little, and a lot of people are giving you lots of congratulations and really happy for you. And then we've got a few questions. So I'll just say out necessarily for you, but Kebie's suggesting that people who want to learn more go into the Art of Social Media Facebook group. And
we'll be glad to get you added. I posted the link as well. I don't know if you can request to come in by clicking on that link or not, but yeah, so the watch party and the PDF is in the Art of Social Media. That's kind of a freebie in that. And I believe what Nicole used to go do it. She watched that video and there's a step-by-steps in there. So, yeah.
Yeah. So lots of valuable tips in there, but you can also join a really cool community. We are all part of that. And so request to join, or if the person that you know within the group, ask them to add you to the group. And then we can see also.
And if you're not friends with me, add me and I'll say yes.
I'll just give a recommendation and 5 stars and say you want to be friends with Nicole Connor.
I love you.
So
back to you. If there's no,
I don't have any further questions.